What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we continue the Gauntlet Series for the Bose QuietComfort Ultra 2nd Gen earbuds. This has been a really good contest or series rather for these earbuds. Well, I want to call them headphones. Anyway, these guys have done a really good job of representing. I think they're definitely an improvement over the original, the first gen Ultras in my opinion, but it's just been a really great series. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. So let's go ahead and talk about their opponent here in this episode. It will be the Bowers Wilkins Pi8 earbuds. Now, again, this should be very interesting. It was one of the ones I was thinking about when I started putting this series together. It was one that just kept popping up in my head when I thought about the gauntlet that the Bose would go through, and these ones just kept coming up. So here we are, basically. So as always, if you're interested in price and specs of both of these, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for both. I'll also leave links to where you can pick up one or both of these if you are interested. All right, so first, real quick, let's go ahead and grab one of each and take a look. I knew that was going to happen with the Bose case. As you can see, the Bowers and Wilkins, the Pi8s rather, are the in-ear style earbud, whereas the Bose is of that I would say stem style form factor. But both of them very comfortable. I am rocking the Spin Fit. This is the Omni ear tips, I believe. These are Omnis. Yes, these are the Spin Fit Omni ear tips on the Pi8s. And of course, I'm rocking the stock large ear tips on the Bose, as well as their large fin or wing rather. So again, both of them look really good as far as aesthetics. I love that Bowers and Wilkins. I love the logo there. Absolutely love it, how it sits in there. Their brand, it just looks really, really classy sitting in there. And both, I just love the way they both look. They both have that gloss slash matte finish combination. Very, very, very elegant. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put these guys back in. We'll go ahead through our testing for the mics and noise canceling, and then we'll come back for that sound test. Stay strapped in. This is a mic test with the Bose QuietComfort Ultra 2nd Gen earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Bose QuietComfort Ultra 2nd Gen earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Bose QuietComfort Ultra 2 earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Bose QuietComfort Ultra 2 earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Bowers and Wilkins Pi8 earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Bowers and Wilkins Pi8 earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Bowers and Wilkins Pi8 earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Bowers and Wilkins Pi8 earbuds in a crowded location. All right, we are out for ANC Test with the Bose QuietComfort Ultra 2nd Gen earbuds, or 2 if you want to call them that. We are currently in transparency mode. Let me pull my app up here. Let me paint the picture while I do that. As you can hear, we've got vehicles running back and forth across, behind me, and of course we got the train tracks in other side behind the camera, but in front of me. On the other side, you may hear that we got a light breeze going, so we're doing a really good job here. All right, I just want to quickly show you guys, we are in aware mode. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and put these guys in quiet. All right, now we are in quiet mode, and it got definitely quiet here. Am I hearing some auto? Yes, it's not blocking out 100%, but it's pretty darn close. All right, I mean, it's got really quiet. So let's go ahead and get into immersion. All right, now it's even got even quieter without we're in immersion, and it's gotten even quieter. I mean, we had the in quiet mode, it was whisper quiet, like I could barely hear the cars. Now that's even gotten even more quieter. I mean, is it blocking out 100%? No. I would say 98% of the sound that you're hearing, I cannot hear. Okay, so it is doing a fantastic job of blocking out audio rather, from the ambient sound coming from the cars riding back and forth and everything. Wonderful job. And the industry's best noise canceling still continues to be that best. And by the way, I did switch out to a larger ear tip and wing combination, and I'm also not listening to any audio while I'm doing this. This is strictly the strength of the noise canceling within these earbuds, and I have to tell you, still on top of my list as far as noise canceling earbuds goes. And also, I have my car running right next to me, and I cannot hear that. So it's doing a fantastic job of that. And like I said, very barely can hear the cars running behind me on the street, and I'm not even 10 feet. So they're doing a fantastic job. Again, okay, so if I had to rate these, excuse me, from 1 being absolute trash to 10 being the best out there, I would have to give these guys, I'll say a 9 point. Let's go 9. I'm gonna say 9.5. All right, I'm gonna say a 9.5 because there's always room for improvement. And yeah, I'll give them 9.5. I was thinking 9.75, but no, we're gonna stick at 9.5. I feel real comfortable about that. And again, like I said, always room for improvement. So this has been an ANC test of the Bose QuietComfort Ultra 2nd Gen earbuds. All right, we are out in my backyard. We're gonna do a noise canceling test for the new Bowers and Wilkins Pi8 earbuds. As you can see, I have them in the ear. Very comfortable. I did go ahead and switch out with the larger ear tips for better seal, more comfortable fit. I ain't gotta worry about them falling out at all. Also wanted to let you guys know that. So let me paint a picture real quick. We got traffic from behind us. On the house and street behind us, rather. There's the turnpike bridge. We got some traffic noise that way. It's nice and hot out, so we're gonna have some air conditioners kicking off and on, including mine, which is right behind me. We just missed an airplane. That would have been great to have. I don't know if you can hear the semi in the back in the distance there also. So we got a good test bay here. So what we're gonna do, we are currently in pass-through mode. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and flip these guys into noise canceling. Here we go. All right, noise canceling has been turned on. All right, again, there is no like levels to it or anything like that. It did quiet down a good bit of the background noise. I can't hear the traffic on the street. That's gone. As far as the semi, that has gotten a little bit quieter. Well, a lot quieter, actually. I ain't gonna say that. However, I thought I was hearing some kind of hiss in the right earbud. Yeah, it's a faint hiss. I'm hearing that. But again, that it's negligible, but I did want to point that out. But it's doing an okay job, pretty good at knocking out all the ambient noise. Like I said, some I can still hear, others I cannot. So it's doing a decent job. Again, I'm not listening to any music, so this is just the strength of the noise canceling technology in the earbuds. So if I had to rate these guys on 1 to 10, 1 being absolute trash, 10 being the best ever, I would give these guys, I think, a solid 6 on that, because again, they're not knocking out everything. They did knock down some of the louder sounds. Although they did get rid of the traffic noise from the street behind the house, it's not taking away everything. So I think a solid 6 would be a pretty fair score, which is not bad. It's better than most. And I think for $400, I would think I will be giving these guys a 7.5 easy. But dumbs is the brakes. I'm just keeping it 100. So this has been an ANC test for the Bowers and Wilkins Pi8 earbuds. All right, we are back in for the sound test. We are going to start off with the Ultra Gen 2s or Ultra Gen 2s, yeah. It's the naming convention. All right, we are in the Bose app for them. I want to quickly show you my EQ settings. Here we go. They're all set up, ready to go. Let's go into our modes, make sure we are in quiet. We are in quiet mode there. All right, so let's go ahead and get our music set up here. I don't even have it set up. All right, we got our music set up. Let's go ahead and make sure it's Dominique Feels I Me. Feeling Good is the title of the song. If you want to check it out, let's go ahead and check out our volume levels. Make sure we are at the orange line. We are there. All right, we'll go ahead and put the earbuds in. Let's go ahead and flip the camera. There you go. Let's go ahead and open up our cutaway. All right, so we are locked in. Bose QC Ultra Gen 2s. Let me get my mic right. All right, here we go. Song number 1. Let's get it. All right, I like the clarity. I like the volume. Again, got the breathing and everything. I like the background vocalists. They come in. They's nice and clear. The lead vocalist is also nice and clear too. I love it. Okay, you're getting all that nuance, her breathing rhythm, the enunciation of words, like the B's, the P's, the T's, popping off. Again, the exhale at the end of I love that detail. Again, I love how they sound together as a collective. All right, here they go, harmonizing. Very nice. So clear. And again, didn't have to worry about the volume. Don't have to worry about turning it up. They get plenty loud at my preferred listening level. And again, what's one thing I really don't have to worry about. But man, they sound really good. I love them collectively. Nice spacing between all three during the song. Well done. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead. We're going to switch over to the Pi8s. We're going to get them paired up. We're going to look at their settings. And then we'll see how they handle song number 1. Stay strapped in. All right, we're back in. We've got the Pi8s all paired up. We are in the Bowers and Wilkins app. I want to quickly show you they are in noise canceling mode. Let's show you my EQ settings. Here they are, the V shape. Yes, I know a lot of people it doesn't work, but I'm going to go with these earbuds and see how they do. And let me see. Let's go ahead and get into our song here. Let me see if I can find it here. There's a lot going on. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and back that up. Let's go ahead and make sure we at our optimal listening level. We are there. All right, so let's go ahead and pop these guys in. All right, let's cut over. All right, let's get that camera down. I don't know why it's so high. There we go. There we go. All right. That's because I was standing earlier. All right, let's make sure that I got these earbuds locked in. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, we're locked in. All right, so here we go. Song number 1. We got the Pi8s. Let's get it. Ran into a little issue with my left earbud. Let me see what's going on. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's try that again. All right, here we go. There we are. Again, nice volume. Don't have to worry about turning it up. The clarity is nice. And the background vocalist, nice and clear. Again, get the nuance, her breathing rhythm, her inhales at the beginning, exhales at the end of the verse. The popping sound. The enunciation of the key, the B's, P's, and T's are popping there. I ain't even got my cutaway on. Very clear. I really do like the clarity. The sound stage is your average sound stage, not too wide. Not wide, but not too narrow, rather. And here they go with the collaborating or the harmonizing. Love that part. They sound so good. They sound so clean, so good. All right. So what we're going to do, that was so good. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead. We're going to switch over to our bass song. See how these two fit, how they do feel. See how they do. Stay strapped in. All right. We are back in. We got song number 2 up, our bass song, Pony by Weirnoy. We've got the QC Ultra Gen 2s in the air. Let's cut over. Let's get our cutaway. All right, here we go. Song number 2. Let's get it. I like the sound, like the volume. Don't have to worry about it. Let me make sure. I might have been fooling around. Nope. Okay. Good volume. Don't have to worry about turning it up. Ooh, that bass is nice. Little low-end rumble. I love it. Vocals still stay clear. That piano is crisp too. But man, I love that bass. Ooh, that bass is nice. That nice low-end rumble too. And very clear. Hey, let's turn this up a little bit. There we go. Here we go. Woo, that bass hits. That low end. And you got that low. Oh, I love it. Again, but still keeping the vocals clear and crisp, and that piano too. All right, let me pause that. Let me give it. Oh, that was so good. I love the bass. I love the balance between the vocals, the mids and highs, that piano in the back. When I'm talking about mids and highs, the vocalist and the piano, and the bass. Just you got that thump, and then the low end rumble. I love the way it was all in together. Again, balanced. No one was drowned out. Sound really, really, really clean, really good. All right, let's go ahead and take these out. Let's pop in the Pi8s. Make sure we're locked in. All right. Okay. We are locked in. We got the Pi8s on. Let's do a quick test. Okay, here we go. All right. Just wanted to make sure we did. All right, just want to make sure we did a test, make sure everything was working. All right. We are on the same earbuds. Okay, so here we go. Song number 2, Pi8s. Let's get it. Okay. Definitely loud. We can turn these down a couple notches. They are pretty. They're pretty loud. Yeah. But very clear. Okay, that bass. Nice, smooth. Let's go up to my preferred listening level. That bass is really smooth. Low end, nice rumble. All right. One more tick. Okay, I ain't got to go no louder than that with these. They are pretty loud. And very clear with the vocalist and the piano. Very clear. Here we go. Woo! I love that bass hit. And that low end rumble. Oh, that sounds good. Again, clarity with the vocalist. The mids and highs are on point. Very clear. Nothing gets drowned out. But that bass still hits and it delivers. And then that low end rumble is just on point. It's just on point. And it's doing it on both of them. But man, it's sounding really good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We're going to get these guys over to our third song, see how they do. All right, we are back in for our final song. We've got Home by Kenny G, or excuse me, our instrumental song. Let's go ahead and get the camera flipped over. We've got the Ultra, QC Ultra Gen 2s in the air. Naming convention. Let's get our cutaway going. All right, so here we go. Song number 3. Let's get it. Oh, again, nice, crisp, high keys. Nice transition to the low keys. Get that low rumble sound. Wonderful. The saxophone, it sounds so crisp, so clear. Very clean. Absolutely. This sounds so clear. And again, good balance with the keyboard and saxophone. So neither one's being drowned out. And you still getting that low, the low keys. You still getting a nice little rumble in there too as well. Man, that sound, yeah. Again, you get that noise. I like that little rumble. You get it in your ear. You know, again, just when you're sitting there, you're more focused in on the saxophone and the piano, the high keys on the piano. They hit you with that them low keys, and they come in a subtle rumble, let you know that, yeah, we still here. All right, so let's go ahead and get these switched out. All right, and let's go ahead and pop in the i8s, the Pi8s, that is. Make sure they're locked in. Quick test. Okay. So I want to make sure we're good. All right, we're good there. They had to wake up a little bit. All right, so here we go. Song number 3 with the Pi8s. Let's get it. Again, just the volume itself, nice and loud. Nice rumble with the train. Let's turn this. We can go back. Yeah, let's go back down a couple notches. There we go. Man, that sounds so clear. So crisp. Got that low end rumble too with the transition from the high keys. Very nice. The clarity is fantastic. You know what? Let's do this real quick. I just want to see how this sounds. Okay. Oh, that sounds good too. I still didn't lose anything on the brightness. Again. All right. What I did there was I brought down the mids and the highs, I guess the treble, moved it down a little bit, gave it a backward slant, if you would, and it just, I mean, it made it sound better. I mean, because it was really bright sounding with the mids and highs, but then when you tone that down a little bit, left the left the low end, the bass end up, it actually improved the sound, in my opinion. It didn't sound too bright and overpowering. Like, just, I guess, I don't want to say overpowering, but just really, really, I don't know. I guess really over the top, in my opinion. So I bring it, when I brought it back down. I know you guys saw it here. Let me flip over so you guys can see it in clarity, because I know I had it in the box there. So remember, I started off with everything in the V shape. I started off with this here. We all agree, right? So what I did was I went down and I brought the mids, well, I guess the highs, I brought them down here, and I brought this one to here to give me that slant. Okay, just wanted to make sure I had it the way I wanted it. All right, so give me that slant right there. So that's what I did. All right, so and again, it made it sound much better as far as the mids and high, as far as the highs go. But yeah, so that's what I did there, and it really did in my opinion, really did a great job for it. But man, those saxophone and the keyboard again, very crisp. The low end with the low keys again, got that nice little subtle rumble from the low keys. Just when you're fixated on the saxophone and key in the high keys, that little rumble in there let you know, yeah, we still here. It's doing the same thing I did with the QC Ultra Gen 2s, and it sound really, really good. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and get this cleaned up. We're going to talk about them category by category, and then we're going to pick our winner of this episode. Stay strapped in. All right, we're back in. And man, this has been a fantastic head-to-head. Both of these guys did a really good job in reproducing audio and throughout all three songs and everything. So let's go ahead and break them down category by category. First, we're going to start with price. That point will go to Bose. At the time of my purchase of either of these, the QuietComfort Ultra 2nd Gen were the least expensive of the two, so they get the nod there. As far as the app, I'm going to give them both points on that, because I think the app for both of them are equally the same. Not giving you too much to actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give that point to Bose too. I think they gave you a little bit more features as far as different types of listening modes, as far as quiet. You got a lot more features you can add on to there. So I'm gonna correct that one, and I'm gonna give that point to Bose. All right, so I think they got a better one in that one. Okay, so then when it comes to sound, excuse me, I'm sorry, not yet. When it comes to mics, again, I think I'm going to give that point to Bose, because although the Pi8s, you got really good clear mics on these, but when in a crowded situation, they tend to allow more ambient sound in when you're talking to someone than the QuietComfort Ultras do. So they got a better environmental noise canceling feature on theirs. A much improved one from their previous iterations of it, because that was one of the things that everybody really harped on when it came to Bose, was that their mics during calls were absolutely trash. But they really did a great job of improving it here, and with the noise canceling and everything. So they get that point as well. Now, excuse me. When it comes to, of course, noise canceling, Bose wins that hands down. There's nothing out there as far as earbuds, in my opinion, that will top Bose when it comes to noise canceling as of right now. All right. Now we go into sound. Now let's break them down. All three songs. First of all, before we do that, let me put this out there. The Pi8s is the loudest of the two. Their volume level is much higher than the Bose max volume level. I mean, I literally had to turn these down on certain songs. I think it was all three songs. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I know I had to turn the Pi8s down from my preferred listening level because they were that loud. So yes, they get plenty loud on here. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about them song by song. First song, Feeling Good, Dominique's Feels I Me, all a cappella. Both of them did a really good job. The vocalists beat both lead and background. All three sound really nice and clear on both of them. They both gave me the nuances of her singing. You picked up on everything there. Neither one of them I think the sound stages were equally the same, in my opinion, on both of them. So, but just the clarity, the balance with all three vocalists and everything. And they both did a fantastic job there when it came to that. Now, switching over to our bass song, Pony by Weirnoy. Again, both of them with the vocalist and the piano were nice and crisp, nice and clear. And then the bass was so good on both of these. It was so clean. I think this is where they start to little separate, though, when it comes to the vocals and everything. I think the Pi8s, the vocals were a little bit more clearer than in comparison to the QuietComfort Ultras. The bass wise, I think they were pretty much on point with each other. That nice low rumble, that nice low end rumble throughout, and then when I turned it up and you got that bass drop, they both did a wonderful job of producing that bass. But when you come into the vocals, the mids and then the highs, or the treble rather, I think the vocalist was a little bit more clearer in this instance on the Pi8s. I mean, he sound fantastic on the Gen 2s here, but when you comparing the two, you could tell the clarity difference, and it's subtle, but it's there, and it was in favor of the Pi8s. Now, moving on over to our third song, Home by Kenny G. That's Home by Kenny G. Again, both of them did a fantastic job with the transitioning from the high keys to the low keys with that nice subtle rumble. They did a fantastic job there. And then when he switched over and you get the saxophone in rather, again, very crisp. I love this song, and they both did a fantastic job of rendering it, but you could definitely tell the difference in clarity when it came to the mids and highs, again, leaning more towards the Pi8s. The low-key rumble on this one, again, both of them did a really good job of, having it when them chords were struck. They produced a nice rumble to them. They did a fantastic job there. But again, when it came to when it came to the mids and highs of clarity, it was definitely in favor of they lean more towards the Pi8s. So based on everything, if I had to I'm going to call it. Man, this is tough because one dominates the one side of things and the other one not dominates, but does a better job on the other. Oh man, this is it's tough. This one's tough because you got the Bose one that pretty much runs the table when it comes to price, the app, the mics, the noise canceling. But then when it comes to the actual sound, the Pi8s pretty much outshined them when it came to the mids and highs. When it came to the bass, I think they were both a little on point. Again, but when it comes to the mids and highs, the clarity of the vocalists and the instruments, the Pi8s, in my opinion, they outshine them. So, all right. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Pi8s on this. When it comes to the overall music and everything, I'm gonna have to go with them on this. The noise canceling isn't bad. I mean, it's not Bose level, but it's not bad at all. Again, the mics, you're still clear, but something with the environmental noise canceling on here, or the lack thereof. I mean, I'm not gonna make excuses for them when it comes to those things, but I'm gonna go with them because I like the way they sound. All right, whoops. Okay, I done triggered them and everything. I like their sound. If we were going with extra features and everything, I would say go ahead and go with the Bose. You still got great bass. You got decent clarity when it comes to the mids and highs, but the mids and highs are not on the level of the Pi8s, in comparison. And then of course you got better mics, you got 4 calls, you got better noise canceling. Obviously, the app is better, not by much. Only reason why the app is better is because they give you a little bit more features as far as your quiet modes and things like that. But outside of that, there's not much. You know, they're not that bad, not that far apart in the price. Yeah, but I like the sound coming out of the Pi8s better than I like the sound on the Gen 2s, even though. My win is going to go here with the Pi8s. All right. We can debate this in the comments, but that's where I'm at on here. I mean, like I said, if noise canceling was your thing, believe me, noise canceling is my thing too. But I gotta call a spade, and they sound better. All right, so that will wrap up the Gauntlet this episode of the Gauntlet Series, and kind of I don't want to say controversial way, but excuse me, it's kind of what I didn't want to call this a tie, because the most important thing is how they sound compared to each other, in my opinion. Yes, noise canceling is fantastic, and that's always important, and the mics and stuff, that's also important for calls. But how do they sound in comparison? In my opinion, I give that nod to the Pi8s. So I'm gonna stop harping on it. We're gonna wrap this up. This ends this episode. I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. Trust me, they both are fantastic headphones or earbuds. And either way you go, I wouldn't be mad at all. But my money's on the Pi8s in this one. And I'm going to stop talking about it. We're going to wrap this up. If you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue this Gauntlet series, and I got another one coming up that you definitely want to make sure you are here for, go and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're notified when this video, those videos, and any other videos pop up. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.